when everyone's prepared pretty equally, neither player was able to find an advantage, you have to let fate decide who's going to win the game. You're very aware that you're playing against a random element. This is part of what you assume when you have a card draw mechanic in the game. You don't always know what tools you're going to get.
I just play almost random decks so that people cannot counter me. It's all about getting the right matchup and getting the right draws.
The key is building your deck to consistently function, not being too greedy, maybe at times being too greedy, because you know your opponent's going to give you that kind of time. It's a lot about what your opponent's capable of.
It's not just like what they play the most, but also like what they're thinking. You have to kind of like read what they're trying to do, and if you're not 100% sure, then don't go for something risky.
I like to believe that people make their own luck. They make themselves be lucky, because there's some situations where you could play not to lose, and there's situations where you could play to win. And you saw Dog do that a lot this season. There was games where he would be behind, and you'd see him take a couple extra seconds during his turn, and what he's trying to figure out is, how do I win this game from here?
Right after we played Healbot, I was like, all right, like I'm pretty behind, but he didn't put any pressure on me, and I was just kind of able to do what I wanted.
And you would see him play to his outs from there. And sometimes he would draw them, sometimes he wouldn't, but it makes him look like a lucky player. But if you go back and watch the game and recreate it from 3 turns, 2 turns for that, you could see that he set up the game to where he could win if he had that happen. So yeah, Dog was lucky, but he created that opportunity to get luck.
That's the thing about Hearthstone. You have to know every version of every deck. That way you know how to counter it.
And that's what makes the element of deck building so interesting, is that all the professionals have accepted that they're playing on an effective obstacle course where random things can happen.
Well, the first time I see Grom, I'm sort of skeptical, because I'm thinking, damn, I need Grom for my finisher. This is really bad. He's kind of Shadow Deathless. So I'm thinking I might have to take the game to fatigue or something. So I'm like, sorry, I'm a bit talking a bit fast now. I'm a bit excited, but I can't deny that was very lucky.
But now what happens when the draws are equal? A card like Ragnaros comes to mind, where players can put themselves in positions where any single target that the Ragnaros can hit is a very favorable target for them. We see players strive to consistently get in these kinds of positions. They're putting themselves in places where the random side of things almost doesn't matter. That's a feat that very few people can do, and it's part of what separates professionals from a player who's just good.
A single game of Hearthstone or a single hand of poker, single game of Magic, they're an isolated incident. You just put yourself in the best position that you can be and just hope it all works out. Yeah, sometimes you get unlucky.
I'm not happy Kurn Uppercom H into the Face Hunter.
But more often than not, if you're the one preparing for those situations better, if you're the one continuously putting yourself in better spots to get lucky, you will get lucky more often.
I'll just play my own style, and we'll see what happens.
But people care about someone winning and losing the game. So the factor in Hearthstone that really breaks that is that random aspect. Maybe some guy draws a better card at the end, but in the long term, whoever set themselves up better is really who's winning the matches.